You're welcome back. You are on to the Polity live from KAFTAN Television Studios in Katampe, Abuja, the nation's capital. My name remains Macauley Hunohashi, and joining me on the Polity today is no other person than Gabriel Yunusa. Gabriel Yunusa, you're welcome to the Polity.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers.
For the benefit of those who don't know Gabriel Yunusa is a communication specialist. He is the anchor and host of community reports on KAFTAN television bouquet, as well as a communication specialist. He's our in-house analyst today on KAFTAN on the Polity. So much is happening in Nigerian political firmament.
No doubt about it.
Sometimes you don't even know where to begin.
Because it's frustrating.
It is frustrating.
We have talk. It seems that they're not even listening to us.
They're not even listening.
So it becomes a problem. Where do we start from?
Yes.
That is the issue right now. Look at the protest that just passed. We expected the president to talk on the issues that this youth said, they hammered on. None of such is
attracting their attention
at all. And these things are just getting bad by the day. So you don't even know which one do you want to talk about. Is it the hunger? Is it the poverty? Is it the health of the people? Is it the people at the rural community? Is it bad road? Is it our town hall? You can see what our communication is even doing with us. You are calling, you can't hear, you are hearing noise. You are not paying for noise, rather you are, your money will finish. So much to talk about. So is it on the road, the insecurity? Is it the farm? Where?
Okay. Before we introduce, we have three topics. Before we introduce the first topic, we are not going to introduce the topic now, so it will not be displayed on the screen. I just want us to take a general overview of the security situation of the country. 20 medical students that were arrested. There was so much, there was so much effort to rescue them. And after 9 days, they have been rescued. How did you receive the news?
Well, I'm not surprised because my brother was a victim. After I think 10 days before we had to pay ransom for him to be released. So I'm not surprised because this is to tell you how insecure our country is, and especially our roads in the rural community. And these guys were traveling for a conference. Of course, it's a simple thing. Just take a walk from Abuja here down to Lokoja and see, or Abuja to Kaduna, or Abuja to Benin. Just go on the road and you see for yourself that we're just at the mercy of God. And so it's not a surprising thing. And that is why I am of the opinion that government, no matter what, they should please sign this community policing. It's very, very important. Community police. I don't know why they are foot dragging. I don't know what's the problem. If you say politicians will hijack it, are the politicians not already hijacking the federal police? So which one is it? But if they allow them, okay, let them hijack the community policing during election. After election, they should go back to work so that our lives can be saved. Farmers can go to the farm. Women can go to the farm. Children hardly go to school. All of this, people are living in fear. I don't know what to say. That's why I keep saying I wish the president can reverse that state of emergency he put on food security into tackling, declare a state of emergency on insecurity. I think that will have, solved a lot of things. Because, sir, we are talking about food security. Yes, it is only when the farm is safe that you can go to the farm. It is only when the roads are safe that you can bring farm produce to the market. It is only so many people are scared of their life. I am a victim. So many people are victims. Okay,
talking about victims, let me go a little bit personal. As a journalist, you have been in the trenches all your life, practicing journalism, and today you are the head of the community reporting desk of KAFTAN Television. A fast-growing TV network in Africa. Now, tell me the secret. You have always reported from the field. You don't go to conferences in highbrow conferences or in hotels. And you hardly cover politics. All you're concerned with is rural reporting, community. That's why you'll be talking about community policing. How have you been able to navigate your way to get stories out?
By and large, I would say God favors me.
Okay.
I would say it is divine protection. Because sometimes they will tell me this place is hot. But again, I'll find my way. Sometimes they will even go and tell my mother, please, beg your son. If they catch up, we don't get money to pay. My mother will tell them, since he had made up his mind, nothing you will do that is going back. Now, what is our style of reportage? Is for us to investigate, report the rot, the threat, and the opportunities in the rural community with the intention to attract support and intervention to the people at the rural community in line with sustainable development goals. Simple. I'm a journalist, I am not an image maker. The duty of a journalist is to report that you know is bad.
And set agenda.
And set it. If it is fixed, we go back. The impact we have made so far, which I'm going to also show so far, where there was no school before, there's school now. Where they don't have water, they have water. Where there's no road, as I speak with you, they are fixing the road. Where there is no solar street light, there is solar street light. Where we cry for people, students or people sitting on the ground, cry for chairs. Some will rush in, and what we do mostly, we activate number 17 that talks about partnership. So we are not calling on government alone. No, we call on individuals, spirited individuals. We call on NGOs. We call like a community called Polojogini. Their water was sunk for them by the Nigerian army. So many NGOs sent books to them. When we did another story, the state government on its own had to come and build by Subeb, Subeb, came to fix the school for them. I mean, if you see, they are dilapidated. The reason again why we do community report is that you and I will agree that our rural communities are underreported, they are under-cared for, and it is because we don't report things happening in the rural community. So this is what makes us, and that is why we feel with KAFTAN that is already over the world, our voice will be heard, and the people at the rural community will be given the necessary attention.
You said you are not an image maker, you are not a PR person. Should that kind of intervention from journalists like you be driven by altruism or pecuniary considerations?
I think tourism.
Altruism?
Yes. You see, the thing is, every one of us is from a rural community.
Yeah, that's right.
Every one of us. Nigeria in 2015-16 moved or metamorphosed from MDG to SDG. And Nigeria is signatory to SDG goal, the United Nations. Now the question is, in your own village, let me put this. SDG goal number 1 to 6, do you have it in your village? Is it achievable?
No, it's achievable, but we can see, pragmatically we can see.
Thank you very much. Why? Because the government itself has not taken a deliberate attempt to succeed in achieving SDG goal. Today, even in Abuja, I met with one of the ministers who was talking. I said, sir, with all due respect, we are in Abuja here. I challenge you, sir. Can you hit your chest and tell the whole world that you have achieved SDG goal number 1 to 6 in Abuja? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, sir, do we have poverty, which is number 1 in Abuja? Is there hunger in Abuja? What is the good health and well-being of the people? Do we have good primary, secondary school? Do we have quality education? And the man was like, He said, none. I said, so that means, why are we not achieving it? He kept quiet. I don't want to mention his name.
Okay.
He just kept quiet. So and I told him that, but it is visible. Sir, it is the rural people that produces the food we eat in the city. But when it comes to policy making, we do this policy with no human face that will strangulate the people at the rural community. This is not fair. This is injustice.
Yeah, it is.
You hear money being diverted and none goes to the rural community. The farmers can't go to the farm. You have a farm, the economic or production of what you are doing, sir, as we speak, you don't even have anything like taking home. Now they are talking about minimum wage. What is there for the farmer? You cannot access loan, no soft loan, nothing. You are left alone. But yet we keep hearing figures. To who? Who are these ghosts that are receiving this money in the name of farmers?
You're in position to know because you are always interacting.
Oh yeah, because if I ask them, I belong to so many bodies, organization, farming organization. But when I ask them, I said, well, this money did you say? We don't see amount. Now figure we hear. Oh yeah, sir. The opportunities in agriculture alone, the value chain addition, it can create jobs. It can bring about massive development. It can create wealth. So every corner you go in Nigeria is blessed.
It can compete with oil.
Sir, it's not even competing. It will deal with oil.
Okay.
It will, in fact, outsmart oil. So for every crop we have in this country, has a value chain attached
Okay.
for every crop. So none is missing. Is it cashew you want? If we truly want to develop cashew, you won't want to think about oil. Cashew. Not to talk about cassava. Not to talk about oil palm. Not to talk about coffee, cocoa, cola nut, and so on. Cash
with this insecurity that has ravaged the country,
yes,
would you still call or refer to Benue State as the food basket?
Well, everybody wants to create a slogan for his state.
Yes.
That is what they choose for their states. There are other states that produces food a lot. Kogi State produces food. Niger State produces food. Everywhere. But like I said, the insecurity has drastically reduced people from going to the farm in Benue State. A lot of their people have been killed. Some of them are even in Kogi State right now. Some of them are in Itobe. Some of them are in Lokoja. They are farming because they can no longer go to farm because of insecurity. Of course, it's no longer news. Virtually every week we hear attack this, attack that, between militias and the Fulani, whatever. So it's becoming, I won't say, Nigeria is food basket itself of the world.
Okay.
Not one state, because what you think you have there, another person has it. It's just the government in the state and the rural community. All they need to do is to come together and see how they can fast track the development. Sir, is it not shameful for us to have two rivers meeting in one place called the Confluence in Kogi State, and then further flow into the Atlantic Ocean, left and right by the bank of the river? You can't see any agricultural activities going on. Is that not shameful?
It is a shameful.
So you can see that that is what most times they say, let's pray. Pray for who? Is it the prayer that will come and till the ground? Is it the prayer that will come and feed it? Is it the prayer that will come and plant the crop? It is you. God will only bless your handwork. So government has not taken that deliberate attempt to fix all of these things. And that's why I keep asking myself, when I was coming up young, we used to see granite pyramid, cotton, cocoa, coffee. Then there was no too much noise about oil. So what happened? I keep asking myself, what happened? And I have not gotten this answer. Granite pyramid. Why is it now? So we keep referring to the past. So I feel our leaders have failed us. And we should also be mindful not to fail the future. And that is why we must all come out to talk. It does not matter who you are talking to. All of them today that are in one position or the other went to school via scholarships. But today, look at the educational system.
Yeah, right.
Government owns, they just sent me my son's bill, a government-owned school. And I was like, what happened again? I was confused. Is this still the same government? Well, what can we do? It's painful, sir.
It is painful.
Yeah.
So, insecurity has taken over.
Seriously.
And do you see, okay, let's talk about what happened yesterday in Abuja.
Okay.
Even though discussing religion is a very sensitive thing in this country. Yesterday, a faith-based group that's commonly known as the Shared Group, brazenly attacked, police checkpoint at Wuse Market. And Wuse is at the heart of the FCT. My concern is that they succeeded in killing 2 police officers and injured 3, and raised and damaged or burnt down our 3 police patrol vehicles. How did you receive this news?
See, we're just making mockery of ourselves. First of all, where is our intelligent officers? Exactly. Where are they? And when they came, see, we are always fire brigade approach to everything. We don't apprehend things like this. So it's affecting us. This is part of the insecurity. Yeah. So who is supposed to be held responsible to this bridge?
And it's a proscribed group.
Absolutely.
Just like the IPOP.
So where were they when they marched in? Where were they when they started grouping? When they want to have their protest, for a long period of time, they were announcing that they're going to have a protest. They use the social media to at the end of the day, what happened to them? Now, 2 policemen have been killed. It means their lives will never come back again.
It will never come
if they are married, their wives are now widows. If they have children, their children are now fatherless. Can you see the multiplier effect of what we are doing to ourselves? And I can bet you, the Nigeria that I know, they will not take care of them.
The scary part of it is that, Gabriel, like you said, if 2 policemen will be killed in broad daylight, brazenly, in the heart of the federal capital city, no one, you and I are not safe.
We are not safe, but that's the truth. We are not safe. But when it came to protest, everywhere was full with soldiers. Soldiers, police, every security operatives were involved. So it means that whatever is happening to us is a deliberate thing for us to be going through all of this. And it's not good for the country. And that is why you see even people who have businesses are no longer interested in doing business here. Everything is not favoring us.
Do you know the funny part of it?
Yes.
I drove through Abuja before coming to the studios. Everywhere seemed to be normal. This thing has been put behind everyone, and life goes on.
Yes. What can you do? Those that are supposed to take, you see, that's why I'm afraid. Holding a public office, you took an oath.
An oath.
You swore. Now you swear for yourself before you say you swear. It means karma.
It means karma.
It will come against you. And that is why, sir, what belongs to the people, you don't take it. Because if you do, your problem become massive. All of them that are dealing with the common man, they are not living fine. Though. They are never free. Do you know what it is that if you must go out, you need soldier, you need police every day. You are living in fear because of what you fail to do.
Okay. Gabriel, we're going to take a short break because when we come back, we'll tell our viewers that this is August. The rains are still much with us, with flooding, accompanying flooding and attendant devastation, living in its trail, ecological and biodiversity degradation. We're going to talk about the flash floods and its effects on society, but that will be after this short break. When we return, please stay with us. Yeah, welcome back to the Polity from KAFTAN Television Studios in Abuja live. My name is Macauley, Hunohashi, and still with me in the studios is Gabriel Yunusa. We're taking a look at the entire gamut of the polity, unfolding in political events unfolding in the country. Now we're going to shift gears to a phenomenon that is so much with us, so much around with us, and that has to do with flash floods that is affecting, so many states. Gabriel Yunusa. Yes. The flashes are here with us. This is still August and the rains are here. In Abuja, it has been raining since morning up to this morning.
Since yesterday.
Yeah, since yesterday, isn't it?
Since yesterday.
So, Gabriel said since yesterday. In my area, it started today. Yesterday I was busy sleeping.
Okay.
So if there's anything like that, busy sleeping. So, what's the effects of flash floods to agriculture?
First of all, this flood itself, NIMET predicted that there's going to be 3 days non-stop of raining. This was on Friday to warn people. Now, the effect of flood, our Nigerian flood is man-made flood.
It's not natural.
It's not natural. It's simple. Flood, the effect of it, we first experienced it very hard in 2012.
Yeah.
2012, I was in Ibaji, I was in Basa, I was in Ajaokuta, I was in 7 local governments in Kogi State covering it. The devastation was much. And I expected our government to have taken all the advice given so that between 2012 and now, it's over 10 years. So what is the problem? Our dams are not dredged. Lagdon Dam will always notify Nigeria
in Cameroon.
And in Cameroon, and Nigeria will never take action until suddenly you just wake up. Last year, there was a prediction that over 25 states will be affected this year. And trust me, we are still sleeping. Nothing. 2022, I was in the same Ibaji when I saw people and I cried. A man's daughter died in his arm, sitting on a raft because there was no help coming. And he had no choice but to let the corpse away. No dry land to buried the baby.
The baby.
I felt bad. I saw people's leg. I still have the video. People's leg decaying because they've been standing in water. Sir, these are some of the inhuman treatment that our leaders have subjected the people at the rural community. Sir, the effect is bad. Farmland destroyed, houses destroyed. Of course, people become refugee in their own land to another place. These are part of our own, using our own hand, destroying ourselves. Where is Ministry of Environment? Where is Ministry of Agriculture?
Resources.
Where is, what do you call them? National Climate Change. No, climate change. I mean, climate change, National Council for Climate Change. Where are they? What are they doing? So, sir, you see, it's unfortunate that, again, one of our challenges is law and order.
Okay, before we go to that, you continue on that line of thoughts. Our producer is going to display the telephone number so that viewers can begin to call in to join us in the conversation, to make it conversational and interactive. You see the telephone number, it will be displayed right away. Continue on your line of thoughts. So,
we lack law and order. Yes, we have good policies. You see them, they will put everything together. What about interpreting these policies into reality? Nobody to execute it. That's
is it about rhetorics?
We are rhetorics. In fact, my friend will say effective English. We speak effective English too much and no action. So all of this is affecting us. We block the waterways in our communities. We block the waterways. Where you are not supposed to put your house, you go and put your house in a waterway. Where you see town planner, you want to start your building, the same town planner will approve it. They know that where you are putting this house is bad. They will not warn you. But because of money, you go and build. Come on, all of this.
And when you have gone to a certain level,
they'll come and
paint it and give you notice.
When you go to the office and you pay, you continue.
You continue.
Tomorrow, water will always look for our own way.
Okay, let's take this caller. It's our first caller today. Good afternoon. You're on to the POLITY from KAFTAN TV. We have lost the caller. Go ahead.
Okay, so water will always find our way. I remember those days in Lekki, 1999. When you are approaching Lekki before you get to Aja, immediately after Mobile, every other place was swampy. Water will just naturally, once the ocean is overflooded, it will naturally go there and
it will find its way.
Thank you very much.
Breaking barriers.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the POLITY from KAFTAN Television Live. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Simple James. I'm calling you from Uyo, Akwa Ibom State.
Okay, Simple James, go ahead with your contribution, please.
I'm so blessed to join your program. God bless you.
We are more blessed for you, for your call.
I want to align with him. The problem we are having in this country is employing people with first class that doesn't know what to do, and they will speak English, blowing grammar.
Effective English.
Effective English.
Speaking English in this country, we end up not achieving nothing. They have won some states, including my state, about the flooding. What are they doing? What are the state, local government, people doing about it? Is it a big thing that we will wait until we strip the whole life of human beings in this country before they will rise up? He talks about security, insecurity. What does it take for us to arrest all the securities in this country? We have the police, we have the DSS, we have the civil defense, we have everybody. They are even calling for state policing, but people have been slaughtered. There is no single day you open your station, radio studio or station, you are hearing 1, 2, 3 bad news in a day.
You're right.
Where have we gone wrong in this country? It's not everything that we have to wait and pray. People should take responsibility. I'm just being blessed to have your station in my decoder.
Yeah, thank you.
I've been learning some new things in life. I'm just fucking tired. I'm telling the newspaper everywhere. I'm tired. Let's go back to the Catholic school and do the needful. There was one senator who mentioned a name, said, when you speak truth, you die. You lie, you die.
You die.
In the same country.
Yes. That's true.
Brother, thank you. God
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Nobody will pay you. Almighty Allah, God will reward you.
Amen. 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 He said, even though nobody will reward us, God Almighty
No,
will reward us.
God, of course, He rewards you with good people because you are good at heart. He rewards you with good opportunities.
Exactly.
He rewards you where you listen. Sir, I'm a community reporter. Sometimes I'll sit down and ask myself, I'll pass a place, they'll tell me they have kidnapped people. And then so is this how God so loved me?
Exactly.
Why not me?
Let's take this caller. Hello, good afternoon. This is the Polity from KAFTAN Television Live.
Good afternoon. I am Podadi Testing, calling from Adamawa State.
Podadi is my brother from Adamawa State. Pomprom, go ahead with your contribution, Podadi.
Honestly, I want to appreciate your guests in the house.
Thank you.
You guys are doing a very wonderful job out there.
We appreciate you, Podadi, for always being a regular caller.
Honestly speaking, these people, what they are doing, to me at times, I wonder if they are thinking at all. I want to take more confidence to your guests that there are some buildings that have been existing for decades.
Okay.
Unfortunately, for MPDs to come and cleanse out the building as part of their programs by putting their bat on it.
Yeah.
The buildings have been existing even before MPDs come on board. But today, they will just divert the money and they're doing something one cannot even tell.
Yeah.
It's very, very unfortunate. Honestly speaking, Nigerians need to wake up on their feet.
That's true.
Not, things are getting out of hand. Thank you.
Thank you. Podadi from Adamawa State is a regular caller. I'm always proud to hear from him because he sets agenda.
Now, sir, Adamawa, I think only one local government, not quite long, experienced 45 degrees temperature.
Yes.
And this led to the burning of so many crops.
You're right. That's right.
What is the problem? Why? Why should we? Climate change is a problem.
Okay, we're moving to that topic.
Good.
So, go ahead.
Now, climate change is a problem. Apart from our own problem that we caused by ourselves. If you go, we brought down all manners of trees. I grew up in the north. I schooled in the north. And in those days, we see malina being planted, neem being planted, and all of that. When kerosene was cheap, because it was so common, that's what we used. But today, kerosene is no longer affordable. So what do you expect the people to do? They'll go and bring down the trees.
Exactly, they'll bring down the trees. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon. This is the Polity from KAFTAN Television Studios.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Go ahead. Your name?
My name is Obed. I'm calling from Macauley.
Obed from Akwa Ibom. Go ahead, please. But raise your voice a little bit so that you can be more audible. We've lost the caller. Go ahead.
Okay. So, what have we done to arrest such a situation? So, but back to the flood issue. Like I said, we have Ministry of Environment who takes charge of waste management.
Yeah.
Sir, tell me one beautiful state that has a good waste management.
I can't think of any.
Everywhere you go is littered with waste. And the moment flood starts, it goes into the gutter.
The Federal Capital Territory, there's open defecation in the Central Business District.
Very correct.
That is the truth. It is
very correct.
It is a shame to say,
very,
but we know.
So
that there's open defecation. It
everywhere,
happens every day.
Everywhere. So go to the center of attraction, which is Abuja, and see how dirty it is.
Yeah, you're right.
I left Abidjan, traveled by road to Yamasoko.
Yeah.
375 kilometers. The road was so clean.
Your last trip?
In my last trip.
Okay, I remember.
The road was so clean. I got into Yamasoko, which I did a video. I was looking, I said, how when I don't get people where they throw away dirty here? They said no, that they manage their own. Just small country here. We are always calling we are giant of Africa, giant of Africa. It is actually, we are not giant anything. Yes, sir, we are not.
We're not giant anything.
We are not giant anything.
Okay.
Sir, if we are giant, we will not be poverty capital of the world.
Okay, let's take this caller. I like this line of thought. Good afternoon. This is the Polity from KAFTAN Television. Please go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from.
It's Pastor Moses, and I'm from Delta State.
Pastor Moses, go ahead with your contribution, please.
I thank you for hearing this because we suffer in this riverine area in Delta State.
That's right. We know that.
To me, it is
information, the way of passing information that is not very good.
Yeah.
Like the local government should be coming down to to community heads to inform them about how it is. Sometimes it's not only flash floods. It's sometimes about river banks overflowing.
Okay.
But these informations are not very noted. So the populace or the people that manage lives in the communities will only say they said this time that flood was coming, and so it didn't come.
Yeah.
And sometimes when the community heads will be trying to make some things to prevent this coming into the community, flood coming into the community, the youth and even the people will be reluctant because of no good information.
Okay.
I'm happy that you people are hearing this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Sir,
yes.
the solution is simple. First of all, let all those states along the riverine get their senators together, get their House of Rep members together, get the local government chairmen together and march to Abuja. Let them dedicate if you take from Benue axis and Niger axis, you have close to 12 or 15 states.
Yeah.
Let them all call to come together and go to ecological office and shout, please dredge River Niger. As I speak with you today, 12 communities in Ibaji local government.
Does it have to come to that?
Sir,
Don't government officials are aware of the need for this thing, for the dredging?
If they are aware, 2012 till date is over 10 years. What have they done? If there's no way here, there's another way that it can work. So can we begin to come together and march to Abuja? Please, you can use our ecological money. The one you are supposed to give me, dredge River Niger, dredge River Benue, dredge our dam, so that these flood issues will reduce. Sir, I speak with you, as I speak with you now, 12 communities in Ibaji local government in Kogi State has been wiped away. The secretariat is 1,000 meters away from River Niger. It's just washing the local government. The water is just coming in. As I speak with you, River Niger is so shallow. And the problem with this river is simple. It's just like you have a cup filled with sand. Now, almost half of the cup is sand or is sandy. Now you pour water. Before you know it, it overflows. That's what is happening to our River Niger or our rivers. None has been dredged. Sir, are you aware that the fishes there are no longer there much? The way it used to be. And this is a challenge. And I don't know why we give a deaf ear to all of this thing.
So it has desecrated the economic viability.
Absolutely.
Of the biodiversity.
Go to Lokoja now. Lokoja, before now, you used to come anywhere, you whether coming from the south or coming from the north, you see fishes everywhere, whether the one they just got from the river or fish in Lokoja is even more expensive than Abuja. Because people even bring fish from another state into Lokoja. The Lokoja that is supposed to be supplying them with fish. So these are realities facing us. And until we have a deliberate government that will change this narrative, we will come back here next year and talk about it again. So, Minister of Environment must wake up. Minister of Agriculture must wake up. Imagine, oh God, when we were in secondary school doing geography, they tell us the economic importance of River Nile.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. And I asked myself, what is the difference between River Nile? No be river and confluent state. No be river. Why are we not farming? And that is why there's hunger up till now. It's not going to drop. So it is now time for government to wake up to her responsibility. Because they took an oath, we will protect and provide. If you summarize the Constitution, it's all about protection or provision.
When you see other nations, particularly the most advanced nations in terms of technology, politics, and what have you, an example is America. You know, they have these natural disasters that are perennial, like hurricane. They even give them names, floodings, and then they are all natural disasters, not man-made. Against our own, that in sharp contrast to our own. That
absolutely.
That you said is man-made. how lucky, what's the magnitude of our luck that we are divested, providentially from natural disasters?
We are lucky in a way because we have the right people with the right character, with the right knowledge to be put in an office to do the right thing, but we refuse to give them the opportunity. You know this man has the solution to this problem. You know, he's not my brother. Me and him know they go the same church or the same mosque. So he does not deserve to be there. That's what is happening. You know this man is not qualified, but yet because of selfishness, because of your own interest, because of sectionalism, because of nepotism, you bring those who are not qualified to do what ordinarily that will be fixed. Sir, do you know that anytime I come to them and I speak to them, they'll just be looking at me as if nobody is talking. And then I realize that what I'm even saying, he doesn't even know it.
Yeah, right.
They'll call me and say, oh, okay, they waste your time. That one, now money we did, they're going to collect.
His mind is preoccupied with how the kind of duplex is going to be in his village.
So he's not looking
to get the money for that.
He's not looking at adding value, using his office to add value to the office he's occupying. I cannot be I cannot be commissioner for environment or minister of environment, and in 1 year we don't plant 2 to 3 million trees. No, sir. Where are the extension officers? They're not there. So, like I said, law and order. We don't give accounts. We are not accountable to anybody. You just come, provided you have the opportunity. That's why you see them fighting hard to get that political position, because they are not accountable to anybody. They will do whatever they want to do, and then they get away with it. But again, the nature have a way of catching them, because it's not something they will stay there forever. Most of them now are even scared to visit their home. Yes. During the protest, I told, it was my own opinion anyway, I said, Mr. President should tell all his ministers, all his aides, all his House of Rep member, senators,
to go home,
to go back to their rural community and tell the people what plan they have. Did you see anybody? So maybe one person, they burned him in Kano.
They were all in Abuja.
They ran away.
So all the jeeps, all the vehicles, they couldn't drive there.
Yeah. Those who came to Zaria, they chased him. It was a whisker. He just narrowly escaped death. Yeah, people are angry. People are hungry. And you know what it is for one to be hungry.
Yeah, there seems to be lethargic behavior from government. And complacency.
Complacency. They seem not to be in tune with the reality. They seem not to.
Is there some kind of virus there when you get there?
No, it's not about virus. It's our constitution. Like I said, law and order. We don't have any institution. No
because I've seen people who were on the other side of the divide.
Yes.
And when they are opportune to, to be on the other side, that is on the, as elected officials, yes, there's this drastic change. They turn their back.
There will be drastic change, because one is either somebody who brought him and he needs to pay back,
okay,
or two, me and no come count bridge here, I must make money, so he wants to amass wealth. But you see, like I said, what belongs to the masses, you don't take it. If you do, your problem becomes massive. And that is why whatever money they stole, once they leave office, it's either they are sick, or their children are sick, or EFCC is after them, or police, ICPC is after them, or one disaster or the other, and all the money they keep piling, they'll finish it. And then they will even become worse than when they were.
Do you know that, Gabriel, some politicians watching you talking this way, this way, they'll say, now you get your mouth.
They have their right. I have my right to talk. I'm a rural person, so I know what we face. And that is why
So you don't want to be an urban person?
What benefit are you enjoying here? So I eat natural food, organic food. My air is not polluted. Nobody is running after me. Apart from me and security and Fulani, or what do you call them, bandits that were jumping, crisscrossing, that one I understand. No, thank God I'm not the only one that is being chased. It's a general thing. Sir, if the rural community is good, nobody will want to come to the city, sir.
That's true.
If the rural community is good, you won't travel all the way from Yola or from Maiduguri or from Akwa Ibom to the city. If there is light, there is good road for me, there is a hospital for me, there is school for me.
I would be running this kind of program, anchoring this kind of program from Yola.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why would you?
Or from Numan.
Sometimes you just sit down, there's no network. You want to communicate, no network. They'll say you have to go and climb one hill or climb one tree and then carry your hand up before you can. Come on. Are we not Nigerians?
Do you know in Abuja, the federal capital,
yes,
there is this estate, the Trademore estate, that every year, you know, because of this flash flood, they record deaths. And
Sir,
nothing has been done about it.
Nothing will be done. No be person approved the place. So what happened to the person? Somebody approved the land for building. When you know that it's a waterways. Okay, if water is coming because you build, it shouldn't do anything. To bring you down.
To bring you down.
So it is for your own good, anybody who is there. Haven't seen what has been happening over the years. Look for money, live there. Or else one day you become a victim. I thought the government is going to take action to at least, even not destroying all, the part that is a problem, to do something to that effect. Nothing has been done. The next thing I heard, they went to court. Somebody approved the place now. Don't you know it's a waterway? And that is why I like when Erufai was in Abuja, when he was the minister. He doesn't care. He will bring everything down. And that was why Abuja is not totally collapsed. But of course, after he left, what next?
You know, we are journalists and we sniff around. We ferret for news. In the Federal Capital Territory, I have seen gardens existing on waterways.
That's correct.
Up to this moment,
yeah,
there are gardens, and those gardens have structures, which is also a breach of the law. The law says there shouldn't be any physical structure built in these gardens. Some of them are even green areas.
Yes.
They still exist within the Federal Capital Territory.
You see, I keep saying somebody approved the place. What has been done to that person who approved it? When you know, the Bible says that for you to know that this is good and you refuse to do it, is sin.
It's sin.
You know this thing, if I thief, I thief, and it's sin. Well, yet I still move ahead to go and steal. Our problem is lack of law and order.
Yeah,
is a terrible thing. Nobody asks anybody any question. Nigerians are good lawbreaker, and they also abide to the law. Let me give you an example.
Okay, give me.
I was in a traffic. I mean, a traffic red light. What do you call it? Traffic light stopped us. The next thing I had was a siren. Whoa, 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 whoa! And
before that siren,
yes,
let's take this caller.
Good, please.
Hello, good afternoon. This is the POLITY from KAFTAN Television. Go ahead, but yes.
All right. The siren, the driver, the taxi man said, "Wallahi, if these people break this light, I'll follow them." And I said, because I'm gonna wait now. He said, "No. If they go, he will go." The light was around 33. They drove all of us, paved way for themselves. Now, guess who pilots the vehicle? Police. Guess who is standing the other side? Police.
Law enforcement agents.
Thank you very much. As soon as they break the light, the guy followed. Immediately, we passed. The police just blocked us. He said, "I will break your leg and I will kill you. If those people are more human than me and you refuse to stop, come and stop me." It's that simple. So if he has stopped, he will stop.
So for every action, there's a reaction.
Bagam.
So the guy reacted because of that breach of
I mean.
Yes. Perhaps he couldn't have been doing it. You know, he could have been a perpetrator.
No, he said, "Bana so ni." He said it in Hausa. Bana so among idan way in Abisu. If them pass, I go follow them.
And that's what happened.
And that's what happened. Right before me, I was like, it's all guy wait to just wait, leave me here. I want you to go arrest me. So people are angry. Oh. People are angry. People want to do the right thing.
Will you ever be tired of providing solutions?
No. We will continue to talk. We will continue to talk. Maybe one day. Our own duty is to talk, report.
You have even earlier mentioned that due to your interventions in the rural areas.
Oh, of course. They are coming. They are coming by the grace of God. They are listening. They are watching. Sometimes, you see, one thing I notice about Nigeria, they hate negative publicity. Especially when it's real. Not the one you cook. And that's why community report, we don't edit it. The way it is, we just get there, we bring it how it is, and then drop it the way it is.
It's uncooked.
Uncooked, unedited, unscripted.
All the condiments.
Everything, we just pack it and then drop it. And because...
And it doesn't sound palatable. That kind of food. You know, it's not palatable.
Absolutely.
You can't invite anybody to partake in the eating.
No. So they will quickly go and cover that side. And that's how it is everywhere. That's how sometimes I fell down because we couldn't use vehicle into the rural community. We use Okada. Okada will, hit me, I will stand up. Will fall down, I will stand up. The truth of the matter is that if every one of us will have 774 journalists reporting rural community, they will wake up. You don't need any protest. They will wake up because story from Northeast is not good. West is not good. And trust social media. Before you know it, they will spread it all over. Share it, and everybody will wake up. So most of our journalists will like coming into the town, stay where they call us. We have a lot of work.
Journalism.
We have a lot of work to do in the village. Our duty as journalists is to report.
Okay.
Image making is different from being a reporter.
Yeah, right.
A lot of people keep saying, why did you do? I say, I'm not an image maker. I'm not going to twist what I know is real.
And you don't want to be.
And I don't want to be. And that was actually, it cost me a lot of problem between me and my former governor, which United Nations intervened. And then he was actually, stopped from traveling abroad. And up to now,
because of the story.
The story. Because they said, first, they accused me that I was sponsored. And I said, nobody sponsored me. Please check my details. The last place I worked was Radio France. I don't know how somebody will come and sponsor me to report what I know.
No, they won't allow that.
And then, but
the orientation will not allow that.
Thank you very much. At the end of the day, they saw it. SDG, I thank Una very well. You did a lot. They came, they built a school, fantastic school for the community. The fact, when I visited the place, sir, let me shock you how people are suffering in the rural community. When the Nigerian army sank the borehole, because in this community they travel close to 6-7 miles to the stream to fetch water. And this water they will fetch, they are not good. So when the water came out, and I came in, I saw any small thing that is a container, they put water on it and said, what is all this container doing? They said, no, they had to collect water in case it will finish. That is how devastating it was. So they've never seen clean water like this. And everybody wants to, I said, no, it will not finish again. The same thing when they build their primary school, because their primary school has a fan, the floor is tiled, and chairs, the board. And when they saw it, the old man now said, this classroom is even better than my room. This is to tell you how backward our people at the rural community are. And that is why we are poised to reporting the rural community. We must take it to the next level. Let's wake up. It's not one man's work. It's a collective thing. Report your rural community. I challenge you. There's a story we did at Biaji. I did a road, Biaji across, or what do you call it? Terrible road when I came in there. We almost fell down. And then when I did the story, dropped it on the internet, when they called me, they said they fixed the road. I said, congratulations.
Okay.
So it's not about me taking the credit, but let us give our rural community the opportunity to enjoy or to feel what people are feeling in the city too.
Okay. Climate change is a global challenge, and there is a meeting has been convened, which is slated for November 2024 at Baku, Azerbaijan, in November 2024, to discuss. It's a gathering of Conference of Parties, commonly known as COP29. Last year was in Dubai was COP28. This year is COP29, and in Brazil next year is going to be COP30. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we're going to take, together with Gabriel Yunusa, we're going to take a look at Nigeria's preparedness to COP29. That'll be after the break. Please stay with us. Yeah, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the Polity from KAFTAN Television, live from Abuja, the nation's capital. And my name is Macauley Hunohashi. Still with me is Gabriel Yunusa. Conference of Parties, commonly known as COP, is a climate change issue where nations gather to find a way of addressing the devastating effect of climate change globally. Last year it was in Dubai. It was tagged COP28. This year is COP29, and next year is going to be in Brazil, COP30.
Yes.
Yunusa, how prepared is Nigeria to this, scheduled conference, which is expected to take place in November at Azerbaijan, Baku precisely?
Climate change is SDG goal number 13. Again, Nigeria is signatory to it.
Yes.
Since 2016, is that not enough for us to have a substantive office that will handle that?
Exactly.
Of course, Nigeria. when things come like this, we will be sleeping. Last year, the president went with over 400 delegates.
Yes.
To do what?
And there was a national outcry.
National outcry, because it's, as far as I'm concerned, it was all a waste. And when they came back, what have we achieved? Nigeria, in things like this, because we not allow the right people to do it, in this kind of a situation, all you need is to allow the National Council for Climate Change to go, because that is their office.
Yeah.
And this was just established, I think, last year or 2022. Since 2016, it is now that we are having National Council for Climate Change. Sir, but I can shock you. Even they don't even know the meaning. Yes, sir. Right now, they are telling us net zero emission in 2060.
Yes.
How?
How? It's not about rhetoric.
Like I have said, we are good in effective English. How do you want to stop it? 2060. SDG deadline is 2030. 2030. What have we achieved? Nothing. Nothing. Yet, if you hear the amount of money being, wasted, you will cry for this country. And so, Nigeria, for that meeting, is going to be the normal jamboree, normal Esther code. Everybody will want to travel again to make money and come back. We will have nothing to that effect. We had a conference.
I hope that is not pessimism coming from you.
No, it's not. This is from experience now.
From experience, okay.
It's from experience.
I know you are a patriotic Nigerian.
2012, we had a problem with flood. Between 2012 to now, I think it's 2024, 12 years. Has anything been done? Yet they are warning us that more flood is coming. Is there any mitigation? No, sir. So it's not about being a pessimist, but it's from experience. I have been hearing mechanized farming since when I was a child. Sir, I am 55 years old. Now nobody see where they do. So it's from experience. We have bad roads everywhere in the country. We have not fixed it. They go do Lagos Calabar coastal road. For what? That money can be used in fixing other roads. So I'm talking because it's part of the experience.
Yeah.
The slogan for SD says, a vow to leaving no one behind. Are the local people not left behind?
Yeah, they've been left behind.
So it's from the experience. It's not about trying to spoil anybody. No, sir. It's the experience. So as far as I'm concerned, except something happens, for now, I don't see the readiness of Nigeria.
So what are the takeaways from that conference in Azerbaijan? What will you expect as takeaways for Nigeria?
Nigeria is, first of all, is about climate change. No doubt about it. There's a lot of problem in Nigeria. Though countries are coming together, but Nigeria should take her own and get out of there. There's a lot of money that is voted if you do X, Y, Z. For instance, carbon credit emission. Now, carbon credit, when it's actually supposed to be climate change emission is to attract money to farmers who plant one tree or the other so that you can protect the environment. But is our country ready to assess it for the farmers? And even if they do, I can bet you it won't get to the farmers.
That's the question.
So you can see that the farmers are trying their best, but nobody to support them.
Nigeria is a country filled with people that are filled with cynicism.
Absolutely.
For no fault of theirs, because of the failure of policies and rhetorics from authorities.
During campaign, I visited a local government, and the people welcomed me. A politician wanted to go there. If you come here, we will beat you. So somebody said, if you want to go there and talk to the people, they should come and call me. And I said, Oga, not be me you go put down for arms way. I know they go. If you are a politician and you have not done anything, then why should I go with you? You want their anger, make them carry join, beat me? I'm not going. So the politicians, anytime they need vote, that's when they come. Now they are better informed that once they are voted in, you don't see them again. So they are afraid of going back home. So I keep telling them, this is a serious matter. Towards the end of last year, Vice President promised 2 million cashew seedling to Northeast. No, Northwest. I don't know the state with which it is. cashew has the tendency to grow very fast.
Okay.
So whether they have planted it, these are one of the stories that I will need to travel there and see whether something has been done concerning that. So my brother, we have a problem. And the problem is lack of law and order. Nobody is held accountable. And that is why our problem seems too big. Multiple problems left and right. Somebody is hungry, you want him to be patient. How is that possible, sir? He has not eaten, you say he should be patient. His children have not eaten, you say he should be patient. Yet you are buying jet, yet you are buying the truck, you are buying this, you are buying that. How can it work? It's not going to work, sir.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So until we begin to do the needful. Now, sir, the same thing, SDG goal number 14. 13 talks about climate change. Yeah. 14 talks about life below water. And 16 talks about life below the land. How many bush animals do you have in our forest now? Do we even still have the forest?
Exactly.
Do we still have them?
Do we still have the forest?
So where are those bush meat? We destroy all of them by ourselves. The life in below the water, fishes and co, we will use our hand to destroy. Anytime it rains, go to the riverbank and see waste. Waste. All manners of waste. This can be converted to wealth. Waste to wealth. But we're not doing anything about it. So it's unfortunate that this is where we found ourselves. Every sector is money for Nigeria. Every sector. But we have never bothered. The current shoes you see, T-shirts you see, they are all from waste. Okay. Yeah. All these international organizations, that is the... Sir, are you aware that from banana, the stem, when you remove the bunch, the stem, you can use it for clothes? Banana. Yes, sir. Somebody is in Buhari doing it now. Changing it even to this POP ceiling. That is a lot of money, sir. Banana, instead of you throwing, have you forgotten that banana is NPK? Yeah. It's fertilizer itself. It's fertilizer. Have you ever seen anywhere you plant banana? It doesn't die. Yeah, banana will not die. So if you part of it, and that's why we should develop the agroforestry style of farming. Okay. Yes, that's the only way, so that instead of planting one, you can maximize your space. So now that the flood is coming, NEMA will go to the field to go and work, so that they can take care of IDP. People will be chased away from their own home front. This is wrong, sir. Okay. Very wrong.
Now let's shift gears to something devastating, and that has to do with food poisoning. Kano is reeling from the devastating loss of 6 lives, including a mother and her 5 children, due to suspected food poisoning. The incident in Karkari village has thrown a spotlight on the urgent need for robust food safety measures in Nigeria. This grim episode is not an isolated event, but a disturbing trend highlighting a broader systematic issue affecting the country. You know, a woman called Al-Hakatu Abdul Karim and her 5 children died after taking a meal. And the tragic sequence of death began with 2 children passing away the same day, followed by 2 more the next day, their mother on the 3rd day, and the last child on the 4th day, reflecting a horrifying reality, which is food poisoning claiming lives across the country. From Nasarawa State, there was a case there. Kaduna, there was an issue there.
What about Lagos?
What about Lagos? And what's your reaction to that?
Sir, I keep saying it. Why do we have Ministry of Health? I keep saying it. Why do we have all the agencies that are concerned with issues like this? That alone is insecurity too, I hope you know. Health insecurity. So when I hear things like this, I'm not surprised. Now, what killed them? Have they identified it? Where is it coming from? We will wait until it happens another place again. We are not proactive. So things like this don't shock me anymore. If right before our own nose, we'll kill ourselves. Why should things like this? Food poisoning is not... what about lead poison that was killing people in Sokoto and Zamfara? What have we done to that effect? Only God knows. So it's unfortunate that even the air we are breathing, we are not even safe. We are only walking by the grace of God. God still loves us. But those that we were saddled with responsibility
That
of
one of
taking us.
Anambra, they said it was cassava.
And so, from
Poisoned
how?
cassava.
Where is the cassava? Who poisoned the cassava? How was it poisoned? You see, these are some
And
questions.
that of Sokoto, Kwara, and Nasarawa
Yes.
was attributed to poor hygiene, like you mentioned
Yes.
earlier. So the
So
foodborne illness has surged, sort of.
Sir, in Lagos, if you see open defecation, I stayed in Lagos for a long time.
What about Abuja here?
Abuja here.
We've mentioned
So
it.
diarrhea, fly can pack something from where and then perch in your food or in your house, and it creates you trouble.
Behind the federal secretariat, that stretch of land, of virgin land, you see, that's where they defecate. Because there's no public toilet.
Yes.
There. The entire Federal Capital Territory, I can bet my life that I've not seen a public toilet.
The only one I saw were in 2 places in Zuba. I saw it in Zuba. And where did I see the second one again? I think in Zuba.
You're even trying to remember.
Yes,
Not to show you
because
how-
it's
how-
not.
how-
And then Nyanya Axis, I saw one there.
Public toilet.
Public toilet, built by SDG, Abuja SDG Goal. These are the places I have seen. Every other place, na lie. You see, once you fail to plan, you have already planned to fail. That is the truth. And I keep telling, when the government, now how can we hold this government responsible? Because when he came, he says renewed hope. Is that the program for the people? Nothing to hold this government? And I asked myself, I have an international passport. For me to renew it, I must have passport first before it will want to expire for me to renew. Where is the hope that we even have?
So there was no hope.
There was no hope.
That
And they
should
said
be renewed.
that should be renewed. I don't know, maybe they were in a hurry to get a slogan for their campaign. I don't know. Now, look at what we are seeing as renewed hope. Somebody, the young person now, say, you renewed Shege. So we're not making progress. It's unfortunate. I went to SITA, Innovation Technology, Cashew Innovation Technology Center in Côte d'Ivoire. They are producing 6,000 cashew nuts. That's the kernel per year. And when I came out, the man from Ghana looked at me because I was sad, and he said, "Nigeria, you are the next." I felt bad because what we have, they don't have.
Yeah.
You could see value addition, value chain addition from one unit to another. You see women and youth, young, able-bodied.
But you know, government officials will argue against this thing. They will tell you that there's an improvement in our, headline inflation that has improved in about 3%, and the dollar to naira exchange has increased. As I did say, it's about 1,570 naira to a dollar. That's an improvement. Why are you chuckling? I've not finished the question and you chuckled.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Answer. Respond to this one.
How was it before they took over government? Sir.
Are you asking me? You should know better.
It's unfortunate that when you talk about inflation dropping, no be person they sit down office the writer.
Bureau of Statistics.
Bureau of Statistics. Where did they go and get their details from? Did they get out?
From the market.
Which market?
The cost of yam has, improved, profoundly, and
how?
The cost of in Nigeria.
I mean,
the cost of tomato. I don't want
is that all?
I don't want any caller to call me to cut my neck this afternoon. But that's what we're hearing. Yeah. Figures. I'm talking about figures.
We have been given figures almost every year. My brother, what you even see is not the true reflection of what's happening. What you see is not the true reflection of what is happening at the rural community. It's the people that make up a country now.
This could be a spin for foreign investors so that they could see robust improvement.
If the foreign investor is coming into your country, is it not the rural community that you go and establish whatever he wants to establish? What is the strength of your naira? If I can exchange 40,000 naira for 16,000 sefa, and then exchange 30,000 naira for 200 CD, is that not enough for me to cry? Ghana CD, I'm talking of Ghana CD. 30,000 for 200 CDs. We all went, all Nigerian contingent, we were just like, who do us like this?
No, we do ourselves.
Who do us like this? So they should just drop all this rhetoric, effective English, my friend will call it. There's no point. Even them, they know the truth. Even them. Somebody will tell you, if I talk, I'll lose my job. You know, lose your job. Has the poverty left you? After strike, after the protest, 2 weeks after, I wanted to visit the National Secretariat to see somebody. And I called him, I said, how far are you coming today? He said, where is the transport want to go to the office?
So he didn't go to...
He didn't go to the office. And I said, when do you put? He said, make the director come now.
But that's an offense.
How? What he has said, is it not? It's an indictment on the government in the first place. It's an indictment on the government. A friend of mine resigned when they gave him query that he did not come to work this day, this, that. Early days of this government. So they now said, you should explain why you should not be queried or suspended. He just read and said, before you query me, I don't resign. So don't need.
Okay. So going back, to our the horrifying incidents of Gidinye in Nasarawa State,
yes,
where 5 children died within 24 hours after consuming contaminated food, further illuminates the severity of the situation of food poisoning in Nigeria. But my area of concern is, when you hear these occurrences and death, they don't happen in Maitama or Asokoro or in a highbrow or at Broad Street in Lagos. They happen in villages, your own constituency.
Sir.
My own constituency.
Sir. They know how to protect themselves. But who protects this man? He is hungry. He needs food to eat. And whatever he lays his hand, he will eat. No instruction. Nobody to caution him. I don't even know if we still have local government existing practically. By name we have it. But go to local government areas. Sanitary inspectors and co. Do we still have them?
We used to have them.
No. Before, I think they are the one called Dubagari.
Dubagari now.
When then they come, you will see how people will be running pillar to pole to make sure that the environment is clean. Yes. What happened today? So this kind of a thing, I'm never surprised.
And even those days, I remember there was no flush toilet.
No, it's spit and buckets. And they will tell you where to even do it, how to do it.
Okay, let's take this caller perhaps.
Please.
Last caller. As we're winding down, thank you for joining us. This is the POLITY from KAFTAN Television.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah. You people, first, let me congratulate the KAFTAN TV station. You people are doing a good job.
We appreciate. Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah. When you, from what your visitor is saying there, it's right.
Yeah.
What the experience he has in Ghana, I also traveled and I almost come back from my travel. Because I look at it and say, wow. Because I know Ghana those days. Because I reside. Anyway, I'm calling from Ajegule in Lagos.
Okay, Ajegule. Wow, thank you.
Nicholas.
Okay.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Calling from
Ajegule.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Now, when I those days, when we are growing up, my dad is a soldier. Then what I did, I used to visit Cotonou, then here, then Republic here. I used to spend weeks, days. Now I see their currency, I see the exchange rate, everything's okay. Now, what happened now? Why is it? We giants of Africa, there are no more giants of Africa. So we can't do what is going on. In the beginning, this present administration promised us a hope. But then I asked myself, what's the hope? Immediately, our man there in the studio now said, you have to have hope before you renew. Yes.
You're right.
Okay, look at this now. Even the sanitary people, they come to the house, what do? They will give you paper. Here in Lagos, I'm telling you what is happening up there in Lagos.
Yeah.
Because I reside in Ajegule.
Okay.
Also called Ajegule.
EJCT.
Road, precisely. When they bring the paper, what will they do? They will say, come and see us in the office. What are you going to see them there for? Many people are living on dilapidated buildings. They don't have toilets. They will be defecating here and there in the compound. When sanitary, they will see. Don't come and sit in the office. When you reach there, they will tell you your price. Just give the money and you give. What is happening for the hope? This promise to Nigerians. Why are we deceiving ourselves?
Yeah.
But to me, I think they're deceiving themselves, not we, because we know that the government of today, they didn't even have any hope, talking of renew.
Yeah.
See Ghana. Go to New Year. All this I was asking myself, why? All these things, we look at it. Sir, you are correct in whatever you are saying.
Yeah,
it's what I witnessed. It's what I nearly turned back.
Thank you.
I pray that the hope will come first.
Thank you.
Thank you people for your good job.
Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you, Nicholas. We
God
appreciate.
bless you.
Thank you, Nicholas. Nicholas, God bless you too. God bless Nicholas so much. He has, made valid points. He said he traveled to Ghana. He almost came back because it's so embarrassing.
Yes, it is. Sir, today
and
the dollar
with leadership.
The dollar is 1,600. And I ask myself, why should we concentrate everything on dollar when we don't even spend the dollar here? Why don't we make provision to produce or to be a productive nation so that we can eat, we are satisfied, then the rest we now export? Why are we in a hurry? What is wrong with us? So it's unfortunate. Ajegule is one city, I call it AJ City, that's how we normally call it. It's another place if you go there. It's a slum.
Do you know that? You and I, we don't even know our population.
No.
It's being total around
230, estimated to that's
close
what
to 300 million.
We don't know.
We cannot produce, 11 good players that can win us trophy. They recently concluded Olympics in Ghana.
Yeah.
Nigerian athletes, cyclists had to borrow a bicycle from Germany to contest. That's so embarrassing. As
very,
far as
very
embarrassing.
You see, look at the money they voted for them to travel.
Yeah, 12 billion or something.
And we came back with nothing.
With
Those who are in war, I'm talking of Israel, who is in war, won 3 or 4 gold medals.
Yeah.
Are we saying that in this whole of Nigeria,
we can't get a good swimmer
we cannot get a good Ijo? We can't get a good swimmer? Are we saying the whole of this country we don't know those who can run, go to Adamawa or Jos? Or Southern Kaduna? Long distance race? Oh, come on. It's so annoying and frustrating.
Okay.
Very, very frustrating.
Well, that's the size of our package today on the POLITY from KAFTAN Television Studios Live. I thank Gabriel Yunusa, our articulate in-house analyst and media specialist and an anchor of community reporting on KAFTAN Television Bouquet. Thank you so very much, so profoundly, for coming to the POLITY.
Thank you very much. Viewers, please, don't give up. We still have a country, because if we burn and down, we will be in trouble. We can do it. Thank you.
Don't burn it and don't give up, because with all hands on deck, Nigeria shall be great. And as we say on KAFTAN TV, we'll imagine a beautiful world. On that note, I'll call it a day on KAFTAN, on the POLITY today. My name still remains Macauley Hunohashi. Thanks for being there, and bye for now.